And I think we're recording. Hello, this is Curt Evans, aka also known as Jamie Wilson, also known as in the SL world as Curt Bombastic. And yes, this would be my second video blog. I know after I said I'll probably do these weekly or bi-weekly or something like that. I know it's been a month since I've actually did one of these, but the reason why for a long absence, in case a lot of you didn't know, is that I've been sick with pneumonia. You might be able to tell in my voice, I don't think it's completely recovered. In fact, the last first one I did, I think I was coughing a little bit here and there. Well, that was just the start of it. But yeah, for the last 4 weeks or so, I've been really, really sick with pneumonia. And I've noticed a lot of people out there starting to get the same symptoms. So if you got these symptoms like you can't breathe, you got nothing but phlegm, you're coughing a lot, and it's I could go on and on about the symptoms, but I suggest get yourself checked out. Really, really get yourself checked out, because there's a nasty virus going out there, and I don't want to see anybody go through what I threw. I don't recommend having pneumonia at all. Also, if you notice in this video, you see me a little bit more scruffy, don't you? Yeah. Well, it being November means that it's Movember. And that means I am really growing this out. And I'm mainly growing out in support of mental health awareness. But there's also other things, for like testicular cancer and a lot of other male diseases out there. But there are many reasons why I'm growing this out. Also, I have to admit a little bit of laziness, and I know Lillian's probably listening on this, or my girlfriend, also known as Jules, and her real life name Di. I love you, honey, but it's going to get scruffy, and I just hear her now growling her teeth, and yeah, it's going to be shaved and stuff like that. Yeah, just look how scruffy that's getting there, honey. Just imagine when it's up, like probably down to here, or with stuff crawling in it. Yeah, I can hear her now. Yeah, I'm taking off my glasses because, believe it or not, I don't like the way I look with my glasses on. As much as I like my glasses, I don't like pictures being taken with my glasses. It's a weird thing of mine. What to talk about in this first blog? Well, SL matters. I have not been on SL that much, other than to work on some championship belts, which I'm really backlogged on. And for all those who have ordered championship belts, I am working on them. They are almost done. I'm getting to them. Just please be patient. Real life has been really kicking my ass. So it just happens, these things do happen. But on Second Life Matters, I really haven't been on, other than looking what's been on Facebook. And Facebook, I've been seeing a lot of drama. A lot of drama. And surprise, surprise, a lot of it's in the Second Life community about certain people and stuff like that. One person talking about, who I'm supposed to, well, not who I'm supposed to be, but who they're supposed to be and stuff like that. And the bullying and cyberbullying and stuff like that. I've gotten to the point where I just don't care. Do you understand? I don't care. How do I put this? One person claimed that, so-and-so person was her and stuff like that. And as much as it's proven that it wasn't her, I don't care who she is or who the person is behind the screen. I just don't care. I think both people responsible have to stop. It's just one thing after another. Just stop it. Who gives a flying fuck? I mean, really. It's gotten so bad. I don't care. I don't care.
I try to stay out of it, but you get to a point where I just don't care. I don't care if you say that, I intend to live a life of peace. I made my peace offerings and delete everything, and then, go around and still talking about the person. I don't care if the other person is doing it. Just shut up about it. I don't care. And I think everybody's at to the point where they don't care either. So
you know, it is what it is. You know, it doesn't. I know it doesn't involve me. Why should I put my 2 cents in? And nobody's really going to pay attention to that. So it is what it is. But it got to the point where I don't care. And you know, another situation with the Mac guy, I don't care. You know, he wants to bury himself, let him bury himself. He wants to do what he wants, let him do what he wants. You know, I've stopped commenting on him. Just do the same thing, people. It's not that hard. It's just one thing after another. It's just ridiculous, you know, about, you know, Fed war. Well, actually, the Fed wars haven't really been that relevant lately, I've noticed. And for that, for all the people in the Second Life wrestling community, I gotta thank you for that. It's actually refreshing to see that, you know, you don't see the you're with us or against us kind of BS. I've never really subscribed to that. As much as people thought I have, I never have subscribed to that. You know, I may have had issues with certain people in the past, you know, in DCWF and even VWE, but I've never turned around and said, you know, like, I hate that entire promotion. You know, I've never subscribed to that. And for those who turn around and say, well, you just hate the promotion, you've completely missed the point, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion, and well, it is what it is, right? But lately, I have not seen any of that, which is good, and I'm really glad to see that. And I'd like to congratulate everybody on doing that. You know, just, you know, everybody's doing their own thing. They're not saying, oh, so-and-so place sucks, so-and-so place, you know, is the best. And it's very refreshing. Now, I know some of you out there are going to sit there and say, well, you said this place sucked. I never said the place sucked. Let me point that out right now. I said the place sucked. I said it was hurting at the time because of certain things. I never said I hated the place. It was at a low period. And things have been, since I said that, a month later, things have been really starting to work its way up. And I have to congratulate everybody for that. I thought they did a great job. And I give full marks to that and full credit to that. And I'm glad to see that. You know, it was constructive criticism, unlike what somebody said, you know, that you just hate a certain place, or you have to have your opinion said and then screw everybody else's. Well, I think it's kind of wrong if that person says that, and basically the person who said that is basically describing themselves. But how dare we point out that person? But that's another thing altogether. You know, I shouldn't be bitching that. You know, he's done. I'll give him credit. He's done a lot of work to build up the promotion. Since I've stated those words about a few months ago, it feels like a few months ago now. And you know, good for that promotion. Did do really well. I'm actually really glad to see things coming along. What else would I talk about? As for myself, things have been kind of, I don't know, a low period. You know, other than me being sick, still on my own. Never really nothing much from my family. Just maybe a couple of things when I was sick, and that was about it. Other than that, I've heard of nothing but, well, I heard from my sister, and it was like, they wanted to know if I was still doing the mental health thing, and I'm still a big advocate for mental health. You know, there's the stigma that needs to be taken away from the mental health categories, and it's really hurts. And it kind of bothers me that my family kind of treats me like this black sheep because of my mental health, saying I'm like lazy or incompetent, or I'm using it as a cop-out, when all I'm trying to do is understand myself better, since I've discovered I'm bipolar. It's not an easy process. It's only been a year. What was it, last month? Yeah, last October 24th, I think it was. It would have been a month. Would have been a year to the day I was put in the hospital. And I do believe, let's see, it's the 11th right now. In about a week, yeah, I think it will be in about No, not the 11th. I mean the 18th. In about, I think it was a week. I think it's a week. I have to look up my paperwork. But in about a week's time, I think it was when I was officially released from the hospital. I was in there for about a good month. And so it would be about a year since I've been out. And this is all a huge journey that I'm still discovering. There's so much I'm discovering about even myself lately. And it's a confusing journey too. I have to admit, there are a lot of paths that I didn't even know where to take. It's a great place called Partnership Place / Eating Place here in Brampton. It's just around the corner from me, just off 7700 here on Ontario Street, right beside the Walk of Fame. If you're in the Brampton area, they're right in the community door area. You go to the back and it's right there. Canadian Mental Health is like right there. Great place. I can't say enough about it. But they have a lot of great programs. They do their best. They have caseworkers. It's kind of a really open concept, and it's still, when I go in there, I just don't know what to do. They rely on a lot of volunteer work, and I love doing volunteer work for them. I've done volunteer work for them before, but it's a very open concept, and it kind of really confuses me because I'd like a little structure in my life and a little structure on what to do, and you go in and it's like, well, and what can we help you with? What can you do? Now feel free to do this. Well, what do you do? I'm still at a stage where I don't know what to do. Last Wednesday I was supposed to see my first psychologist, and I never did see him because I completely slept through my alarm. In fact, I almost had I think it was like a 24-hour sleep. It was like a dead sleep. So they were good enough, and they rescheduled for this coming Wednesday. But it's been a year later, and I've just now getting possibly my first psychologist, my first shrink to talk to. So it's a long process. It's a confusing process. I'm going to make an admission here. A lot of people are not going to like this. That's going to watch this, especially some of my close friends. But I have not been taking my medication in about, let's see, August, 4 months. I was on Wellbutrin. I was on Seroquel. Except for the last month, I've been going to the gym in the mornings every other day. And for a while, I was starting to do really good. When I started going to the gym, I was about 300 pounds. I think they weighed me at. And I started feeling really good going to the gym. I had lost weight. I lost about 20 or 30 pounds. And I actually gained a little bit of muscle. And then, because antidepressants, a major side effect of just about every antidepressant out there, except for maybe Prozac, is weight gain. And I had serious weight gain, especially on Seroquel. It got really, really bad, and I think I'm over the 300-pound mark now. I haven't weighed myself in a while because I just don't like the way I look, and I didn't like the way I was starting to feel on it either. So I just stopped taking them, and because I stopped taking them, I gained even more weight, which really sucked, So I gotta make a doctor's appointment. I have to talk to my doctor about this. The Canadian Mental Health wants me to talk to him about it, so. There has to be some middle ground, and it's not easy for people like me because I'm not on disability. I don't qualify here in Canada for disability yet, and which is kind of mind-boggling considering since I've been out, I've had 5 episodes. I think I've recorded. I've talked to my caseworkers; they've all acknowledged it, and yet I still don't qualify for disability. Now, this is not to say I want to be on disability. I had a discussion about a couple nights ago about being on like welfare and stuff like that. In the States, I know a lot of people look at people on welfare with food stamps saying you're just sponging off the system. Well, I'm the kind of person, I've been on welfare for the last maybe 4 years. I was on leave. I can't remember. Unemployment. That's what it was. So on unemployment for a year. And I worked most of the time that I was living here in the Greater Toronto area. I basically did work most of the time. And since then, I've not been able to find work. I'm out there, when I'm not sick, I'm out there just about every day from 7 a.m. to about 3 or 4 p.m. job searching. And I'm out, I'm scouring the entire GTA. And I'm doing, I go to seminars, go to job fairs. Well, I'm on welfare right now, but I've gone to their job fairs, their seminars, how to write resumes, you name it, I have done it. I've handed all this stuff in. The people have told me, this is perfect. I dress, believe it or not, I'm usually more clean shaven than this. I dress up when I'm job searching. I'm doing everything right, and I just can't find work. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's something about me that's people are looking at it saying, well, he's not hireable or something. I don't know what it is. And it's kind of frustrating on my end. But, I remember a few nights ago, somebody was talking about being on welfare and saying that, in the States they have food stamps and saying how people look at them as, yeah, you're sponging off the system. And my family is bad for that, saying that I'm sponging off the system. We just cop out. I'm being lazy and stuff like that. And because they don't see me out there doing everything I can, apparently it doesn't exist. I don't know. Do you need a fucking tracker on me to look at this stuff? Do you need somebody following me around? It pisses me off, The money I get, I live on, if I'm lucky, $50 a month. With that, I manage to pay my bills, my internet bill, which my phone bill is connected to. I got a Magic Jack, so that's a huge save. Magic Jack has a terrible customer service program. I mean, it's the shittiest I've ever seen. But the product, I can't say enough about it. If you ever get a Magic Jack, get it. I'm paying $30 a year for my phone line. That's including that has like the phone line, answering machine, like an answer machine, free long distance all over North America. I can't say enough about this system. Call waiting, you name it, it's all there, and it's only $30 a year. I was paying that for a while there, $50 to $80 a month, and now I'm only paying $30 a year. Do the math. All I do is keep up with my internet payments, which is like $57, about $56 a month, and I have a phone line, for a year, and if you got a credit card, you just pay the $30, and there you go, I don't have a credit card, but I've had my family in the past help me with their credit card, and I just give them $30, so, it's easy, it's a great product. But as I was saying, I live on about around $50 a month. That's before I get groceries. How I manage every month, I don't know. I can't even begin to tell you, but I know I make a buck stretch. If I was on disability, I would have that cushion that I know that it's a good cushion to have. I'd still be out there looking for work and stuff like that, but at least I know I can go and buy groceries and get things for me. I see these people on welfare and disability who's really screwing the system, and they have like iPhones, iPads, gaming consoles. They're going out getting the latest games. They're getting the latest CDs, movies, technology. They're getting drugs. They're buying booze, getting takeout. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? And it's like, I never get anything for myself. Never get anything for myself. I can't afford to get anything for myself. I don't ever eat out because I can't afford it. The only time I get a chance to eat out is if I have family. If family comes by to visit and they have a chance, they feel like treating me. And if they don't, I'm fine with that. Earlier this month, I needed a microwave. I really needed a microwave, and I saved it for quite a while because my microwave that I had was like about 20 years old, and it was like bubbling on the inside, like the lead paint was coming off. It was ready to die. It was still working, but the inside was looking not safe. So it's like, it's time to get a new microwave. So I went down to Walmart, $47 for a new microwave. Thank God. Originally I was going to pay like $50 to $60, and I saw that was on sale. I was like, oh, joy, But that's one of the rare times I got something for myself. I think in an entire year. I've seen these, but you see these people get the iPads. I don't have even a cell phone because it's expensive. I can't afford. I never get myself new clothes or any clothes. Even if I go to like Value Village, that's expensive for me because I just don't have the money. So like, what am I doing wrong? I don't understand. It sucks. I'm in between the cracks where I'm on welfare, but I don't qualify for disability. I'm barely living, and even my caseworkers have said, you need to be on disability. You need it. Yet I can't get on disability without a doctor's consent, and my doctor, he doesn't like putting people on disability. In fact, he's oddly against it. He is oddly against it. So I'm really, kind of screwed when it comes to that stuff. But every day, I make, every day, how do I put this? I take every day as it comes. If I struggle, I struggle. If I don't, it's a good day. I thank God for it. But it is, not that I believe in God, but that's another story altogether. Where's it going with this? Oh yeah, my mental health condition. But yeah, I went back to the Canadian Mental Health. I've been having some meetings with them. This coming Wednesday, I'm going to have my first meeting with my psychiatrist for the first time. Psychologist, psychiatrist, whatever you want to call him. Got to meet with my doctor's appointment. I've been having recovery meetings I started the other week. Just recovery on depression and stuff like that. There's other things that they want me to do, so we're going to check into that. Last few months have not been good. Kind of down. My girlfriend died. She'd definitely tell you, like, I've been down. I don't know, it's frustrating for her because I know she wants to do stuff, but there's nothing anybody can do. This is a battle I have to do on my own. And it doesn't help that about a week ago, one of my best friends in the world, I'm going to shout out to him right now, Greg, how's it going? He was put in the hospital. I'm not going to say what the reasons were. That's none of your business. And that's very personal. I know what the reasons were. I'm not going to make any comments about why the reasons were. But he was put in the hospital for about a week. They do things differently in the States. I was in the hospital for a month. He was in for only a week. And I know he kind of hated it, but he was glad it was a good thing that he did it, and that he acknowledged that. And he's just starting this journey now, too. So, at least he's got friends, and me and him can at least talk about these things. And Greg, if you're watching this, again, I've been down this path. You know my number, you know how to get a hold of me. I'm here anytime, talk to me. We've been friends for over about 10 years now. We've been through hell and back. So, there's nothing you can say that won't shock me. But at least he knows that, he could talk to me, and I know I could talk to him. And it sucks that he had to go through it because I've been through it and I hate it. As much as it's the journey of self-discovery, I just hate it. I'm going to put on my glasses again because I'm starting to get a headache. But I don't like this journey. It is what it is. But at least I know I'm not alone. And I see it with all the groups up there. But you could be in a group of people, like the biggest group of people, and you still feel alone. Because there are a lot of battles you got to do on your own, and it sucks. It really does suck. So that's been my situation. My family basically hasn't talked to me. Well, I was here for my sister, and she was even saying, it's not just a cop out and stuff like that. And I just hate that. It's not a fucking cop out. Most people would get that. And what really pisses me off is my mom's a registered nurse with the Red Cross, and she should know these things. But, but mental illness doesn't happen in my family, in our family, apparently. Well, here's a newsflash. Yes, it does. It pisses me off when I'm on my real life Facebook account and I'm posting stuff, trying to spread the word about mental health awareness and stuff like that, or if I express myself, and then Mom and my sister turns around, nobody wants to read that. Well, just because you don't want to read it doesn't mean anybody else doesn't want to read it. I really don't give a fuck what you don't want to read. It's my Facebook page. I will post it if I want. Get that through your thick skull. And that goes for anybody else who says, well, why are you posting that shit? It's my Facebook page. I'll post it if I want. If you don't like it, don't read it. Simple as that. Get it through your thick skull, people. Yeah, that's my Curt bombastic rant for the day, I guess. What else has been going on? This video blog is going to be kind of interesting. An apology. I'm going to actually issue an apology. There was an incident where there's been a long-running joke between me and my girlfriend, and quite a few of my friends, Canadian and American friends, where we talk about rockets and Smarties. In Canada and the worldwide, Smarties are these candy-coated chocolates, almost like M&Ms, but they're smaller and they're really, really, really good. Even Diane, when she came up here and she had our version of the worldwide Smarties, that liked them. But Smarties in the States are the tart little candies. Up here in Canada and in the rest of the world, they're known as rockets. And so we've been having this fun debate for years. It's rockets. No, it's Smarties. No, it's rockets. No, it's just something we've been doing for just stupid giggles, right? Well, one of the little discussion things got out of hand with me and a friend of mine by the name of Danielle. Yes, hello, Danielle. And something that really gets on my nerves is about the North American term, and especially when it refers to Canadians. And this is kind of a pet peeve of mine, because especially when Americans say, well, you should be American anyway, because you're on to North America. That just pisses me off, and that shows a lot of ignorance and arrogance to me. Now, me and Danielle got into a little bit of an argument about this, and I'm going to say this right now. Danielle, I don't think you're arrogant. I don't think you're ignorant. I really don't think so. I think you're a very intelligent person. It's a pet peeve of mine when I see people doing that, because it shows a general ignorance and arrogance. And I personally don't think you are. Things got out of hand in that argument, and I would like to apologize to you, because I really don't think you are that kind of person. I know you're a wonderful, caring, good person, and I'm glad we are friends. And they did get out of hand, and I took it out of hand as well. I think a lot of people took it out of hand, and I was just as guilty. So I would like to make that apology to her, because it did really get out of hand. And as much as it is a pet peeve of mine, and I just it gets on my nerves when I see that it got out of hand. So this is my apology to you, Danielle, about that. Other than that, I've got things fall on my feet here. Hold on. Not much has been going on. Wrestling news. Everybody knows I'm a huge wrestling fan. Everybody knows, those who are wrestling fans know that Cassius Ohno, who's been on the NXT roster in WWE for a while, got released. Apparently they've been planning this for a while, but it was released on good terms. Yeah, so Cassius Ohno, aka Chris Hero's back on the independent scene. He's wrestled a couple matches already, one in the Pro Wrestling Syndicate, which he had a hell of a match apparently. And he laughed I think it was tonight actually, he had a match against the Dragon Gate USA champion, and he lost that match, but apparently it's been touted as one of the matches of the year. On the 15th, he's going to be up here in Toronto against, of all people, Lance Storm. And I'm going to that's going to be on the 15th of December. I'm going to try to go down and see that match. It's going to be for the Smash Wrestling promotion, independent wrestling promotion here in Toronto. that's actually can trace its roots to an old wrestling promotion that I used to wrestle for, UWA Hardcore, from what I understand. So I've been talking to some of the promoters and people who run Smash, and they've been telling me like how they trace their history and stuff like that. And I might see if I can get some tickets because Chris Hero is one of my favorite wrestlers on the independent scene, and him going against this guy that I know and I train with and help train me, Lance Storm. I'd love to see Lance again and see that kind of match. Oh, it's not only, from what I'm saying, it's not only a thrill for Chris Hero, but this be a thrill just to watch this match. So I'm going to see if I can try to go see that. WWE news, TNA news, Hulk Hogan is gone, thank God. He says he's never come back, so he's probably trying to make a run for the WWE again, maybe make a WrestleMania 30 appearance or something. He's planning to be there one way or another, which I think would be very cool. WrestleMania 30. Hogan had such an influence on the WWE. I think he deserves to be there as much as I don't think he needs to be wrestling anymore. I hope he's not wrestling. He's well past his prime. He's done. But it'd be nice to see an appearance, I would think. They're talking about Goldberg versus Ryback, which is going to lead to Ryback versus Brock Lesnar. I hope Brock Lesnar gets Ryback alive. Goldberg says, from what I hear, Goldberg, he might be interested in the match, but he doesn't want to. But the WWE only wants to bring him in to job to Ryback, and Goldberg doesn't want to do that. So we'll see how that goes. I don't think you see that happening personally. A lot of people complaining about Daniel Bryan that ended up with the WWE title, and I said it before, I'll say it again. I keep on saying this. By WrestleMania 30, he's going to have his title match. He's going to win the Royal Rumble. People gotta be patient. It's not that the WWE don't have faith in Daniel Bryan. He proved he's a commodity. They just want to make this really good. And what a better way for him to get back the WWE Championship than win it at WrestleMania. So I still say he's going to win the Royal Rumble. He's going to go on to WrestleMania and win that championship. You just wait. And I think it'll be something spectacular. It's going to be huge. The internet wrestling community needs to be patient. They will see the man with that belt. He deserves it. The WWE knows he deserves it. Just be patient. TNA, again, going back to TNA news, I like what's going on with the AJ Styles storyline. They're taking as much as they're doing what CM Punk did a few years ago, they're doing it more, and they're actually allowing AJ to have title defenses in Mexico and in Japan. And if you ask me, that's only helping the championship, because if you want a world title, you want it to be defended all over the place. And why not take your world championships, do what the NWA used to do in the old days, and defend it in other territories like in Japan, Mexico, and stuff like that. So I think that's a great idea, and it just helps its world title status regain some of that world title status. Actually, if you ask me, again. Other than that, a lot of their storylines I think are pretty stupid lately. Joseph Park will be up against Abyss next week. I'm like to see how they're going to do that. Though TNA's been making some really interesting, a couple of right moves. Tommy Dreamer had his House of Hardcore event a couple of weeks ago, and Bully Ray attacked Tommy Dreamer at the end of the main event, and a great smart way for TNA to do cross promotion with this House of Hardcore, because it's going to lead up to a one night only event on TNA. I think it's December 30th, where it's going to be Bully Ray versus Tommy Dreamer, and that's what a smart. You don't see the WWE doing that. It's a great cross promotion. You don't see places doing that too often anymore. I thought that was a really good move by TNA. It was really cool to see. So maybe TNA will look to get out of the hole that they really dug themselves in. They'll never be contenders to WWE, but maybe we're starting to see some light at the end of the tunnel. We can only hope for everybody that works for TNA. What else has been going on? Young Bucks, greatest tag team in the world right now. Matt and Nick Jackson. If you don't know who they are, check these guys out. They're really, really good. They're the current IWGP Junior Tag Team Champions. Just recently they lost the Dragon Gate Dragon Gate USA United Gate Tag Team titles. The PWG Tag Team Champions, Pro Wrestling Gorilla. These guys can do it all. These guys can do it all. They're a future tag team. You got to check them out, and they're hot right now. Best storyline that's going on. Two best promotional things that are going on right now. I think Pro Wrestling Gorilla. You got some great storylines going on there. Incredible matches. If you don't know what Pro Wrestling Gorilla is, check them out. Seriously. This is a promotion where you go to their events and you can get right up at ringside. Not only at ringside, but right up at you could almost like touch their you could touch the ring. Literally. The fans are so insane almost. It's almost like the old days where you come up and you could be literally at ringside. You reach out. You don't even have to reach out. You'd be sitting right at the ring apron. And you see videos and the fans are always surrounding the ring just banging when something's cool going on. It's an amazing event. The energy is something else. Some of the best wrestling you'll ever see. And so a lot of people call it spot monkey wrestling, but man, some of these guys are so good. So good that the WWE has actually sent a lot of talent scouts to check out these guys, and they like what they see. So check out their events. I guess Chris Hero is going to be wrestling Adam Cole, the current champion, who's also the Ring of Honor champion, next month. That's going to be a hell of an event. And New Japan Wrestling is hot right now too, and that's thanks to Prince David. Okada, the current champion. There's a lot of great stuff going on in New Japan Wrestling. I mean, check it out. There's some really good stuff going on there. It's right now, in my opinion, New Japan Wrestling and Pro Wrestling Guerrilla are the two top promotions out there right now. And there's nothing against the WWE. There's some fun stuff going on in the WWE, but there's some real badass stuff going on in that. So that's, I guess, my wrestling news. SL Wrestling news. I haven't been wrestling in a while because I've been sick, but starting next week, it looks like I'm going to be coming back. So yeah. Can't wait. I'm getting a little itchy finger about getting back in the SR ring. Congratulations to my girlfriend, Lillian, because she had her first tag team match tonight. I'm sorry I missed it. And except for a couple of mistakes she made, it was a lot of fun. She had a really good match, she said. I've heard a lot of people say it was pretty good. It wasn't anything special, but she teamed up with Lalandra, aka Arcana, and I think they won from what I was told. So congratulations on YouTube for that. And that was her first tag team match, her only second match. So it's getting there. She'll get there. I think she's got a pretty good future. I could probably say that I helped train her. What else to talk about? Not much else to talk about, is there? Christmas is coming up. Yes, I'll be avoiding malls. I can't stand Christmas. Will I be celebrating Christmas? I don't think so. I've never been the kind of guy to celebrate Christmas. I don't decorate. And it's not because I'm not a Christmas kind of guy. It's just I'm by myself. There's no point. Nobody visits me. There's no point in me celebrating Christmas. I don't have kids. And Christmas is more for kids if you ask me anyways, right? So, if I was with somebody and if we had kids, I would be out there doing everything I can to make it a special Christmas for them. My mom was the same way. I'd be killing myself to make a special Christmas for them. But I'm all by myself, so it's just another day to me. So that's coming up. I know the Americans haven't had their Thanksgiving yet, and I'm going to say this because I'm sure she can hear me, but Lillian, quit smoking. It's bad for you. I can hear her. I've got her on Skype right now, and I can hear her clicking her lighter open. And smoking is bad. And she'd probably tell me to shut up right about now, but for all those about to celebrate their Thanksgiving, yeah, she's chomping on her corn dog, she just told me. For all those about to celebrate, not Christmas, but Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving to all the Americans out there. So, I guess that's about it to end this. Hopefully I'm starting to feel a lot better. I don't know if my voice sounds better. It's getting better every day. Still a bit rough. I see a lot of phlegm coming up. I think that's just the tail end of the pneumonia. But I'm starting to feel more and more human, as you can tell. You know how I did this video blog, so I'm getting back in the saddle of things. So hopefully I think I'm going to wait for a couple of weeks, let this go out, and give a shout out to all my friends out there and everybody, especially Rebecca. Again, Rebecca, thank you for keeping me involved, and about Greg. You know, me, Rebecca, and Greg, we've been friends for so long. She rocks. And she's a beautiful, beautiful person. For all those of you who don't know her, you gotta go look her up, Annalise Wire or something like that. She's a beautiful person. You'll love her. Love her to death. And she's a lawyer too, so watch it. She could get you. Yeah, so there you go. There you go, Benja. I'm giving you a shout out there, Benja. You have a competition in Rebecca. Take that. Yeah, biggie. But, yeah, I guess I'll see you guys actually on Facebook or on Skype. And I got a pretty nasty, look like a pimple there on my arm. Well, I don't know where that came from. That's not lovely. Yeah, you didn't even see that, did you? So I guess I'll talk to you all on Skype, Facebook, and I'll probably see you in World pretty soon. If you want, leave a comment. Leave a comment on my account on YouTube. Tell me what you'd probably like to see. If you have a topic, if you want to think of a topic, put it down. And maybe in the next one we'll have a discussion about this. I'll give my opinion on it or something. Think about, if you have some ideas, I want to hear them. Tell me if you like this or you didn't. You want to laugh at me, point fingers, knock yourself out. I don't really give a shit. What are you going to do? Hurt my feelings? So other than that, this is Curt saying see you later until next time.